Best Practices on Jobs Generation and Facilitation of the Public Employment Service Office of the City Government of Bacoor. Partnerships with delivery service providers. Hundreds of workers were displaced when the City of Bacoor went under community quarantine. Among them were tricycle drivers, laborers, and returning OFWs. PESO Bacoor immediately went into action, entering into a memorandum of agreement with delivery service providers Food Panda, Happy Move, and Joyride. According to the terms of the agreement, onboarded riders would be given free uniforms and thermal bags. They would not have to shell out a single centavo for training, and membership fees were to be waived as well. Bacooreños would not have obtained such an attractive package without the memorandum. Likewise, the delivery service providers benefited immensely from the agreement. PESO Bacoor not only helped facilitate the screening, the office was hands-on when it came to onboarding too. The city government arranged for the availability of the Bacoor Coliseum for the onboarding activity, with all the health and safety protocols strictly followed. PESO Bacoor staff of 5 would eventually secure 330 jobs for displaced tricycle drivers, laborers, and OFWs. The Memorandum of Agreement entered into by the City Government of Bacoor with delivery service providers was the first in the Calabarzon region. Other local government units soon followed Bacoor's trailblazing initiative. None, however, entered into agreements with the same attractive terms as those of the City of Bacoor's. PESO Bacoor's partnership with delivery service providers was commended by the Department of Labor and Employment Region 4A. Director Halbuena of the Department of Labor and Employment Region 4A office said, "We are in awe of the brilliant men and women of PESO for their creativity and innovation for the continuous delivery of employment services in the midst of our battle against COVID-19. OFW Assistance. As a result of the global pandemic, thousands of OFWs flew back to the Philippines. In the face of much uncertainty, PESO Bacoor was determined to provide as much assistance as it could to our modern-day heroes. On March 18, 2020, PESO Bacoor launched the OFW Help Desk, a first among local government units. Working closely with the City Health Office, City Tourism Office, Philippine National Police, and the Bacoor Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, the OFW Help Desk established checkpoints in Longos and Molino de Anghari to monitor returning OFWs. The city government then provided free accommodations in motels and lodgings converted into quarantine facilities for returning Bacoor OFWs who were clustered per barangay. This holistic approach not only secured the safety of the OFW but also of his family and the community. From March 18, 2020 to June 2020, the OFW Help Desk was able to monitor and profile 631 returning Bacooreño OFWs. PESO Bacoor furnished the City Health Office and the BDRRMO copies of their reports for the BHERTS to continue monitoring in the barangays. The PESO OFW Help Desk also provides training and retooling programs for OFWs and their relatives should they choose to stay in the country and start their own business. It also facilitates claims and other benefits that an OFW Bacooreño would need. Complementing the OFW Help Desk is the Helpline, which provides returning OFWs much-needed information about safety protocols and health guidelines. 2 members of the PESO Bacoor staff man the hotlines to help ensure the health and safety of OFWs by addressing their inquiry and documentary needs. Partnerships with educational institutions. In so many ways, the choice of a career has a profound impact on the future success of a person. This is why PESO Bacoor has made it one of its objectives to provide the kabataang Bacooreño with proper guidance and relevant information on career prospects. In this regard, PESO Bacoor entered into agreements with different private and public schools offering senior high school education, such as St. Michael's Institute, St. Francis of Assisi College, and DepEd schools. Among other things, students are given training on career information guidance and labor education for graduating students. They are also given opportunities to earn while preparing for enrollment in the tertiary level. PESO Bacoor entered into agreements with these schools last February. Because of the pandemic, however, they were not able to conduct job facilitation for senior high school graduates. Despite this bump on the road, PESO Bacoor intends to continue this program when circumstances permit, as it was positively received by the kabataang Bacooreño. The youth had many questions about jobs and careers which could only be answered by subject specialists. Giving proper motivation to the youth also aligns with the vision of the city government for a progressive Bacoor. Students given training for career information guidance, labor education for graduating students. With the guidance of Mayor Lani Mercado Revilla, the Bacoor Public Employment Service Office will continue to serve our constituents to the best of our abilities and give glory to our city, our country, and God. Mabuhay at salamat po!